Hi, in this video, we discuss edge computing and how Red Hat can help solve customer challenges during their journey to the edge. At the end of this video, we'll show a quick demo. Let's get started. What is edge computing? Edge computing is a distributed computing paradigm which brings computation and data storage closer to the sources of data. This means operating with real-time data generated by sensors or users. For many organizations, this ability to process data closer to the sources of data and then making decisions in combination with some of the newer technologies like AI and ML is a key differentiator. But what's the motivation to discuss about this? As per a recent IDC report, there has been a significant increase in the number of edge applications. A majority of the customer-centric organizations are adopting some of these newer technologies. Location of the edge can vary by industry, but here's a view of not only the different edge tiers we often hear about from our customers, but also a visual of Red Hat's focus areas. Enterprise core includes traditional non-edge tiers owned and operated by public cloud providers, telco service providers, or they are the on-prem regional data centers. Provider edge includes edge tiers located between the core or regional data centers and the last mile access, commonly owned and operated by a telco or internet service provider. It can also encompass telecommunication services provider hosted CDNs and vRAN solutions. End user premise edge includes edge tiers on the end user side of the last mile access. This can include the enterprise edge, example, a retail store, a factory, etc. As the image shows, Red Hat's area of focus goes from the end user edge back to the core. When needing to manage large number of devices, sensors as part of the architecture, we have our ecosystem partners that we can bring in to create a comprehensive solution. But where exactly does this apply? Edge computing can create transformational opportunities across verticals like healthcare, retail, manufacturing, automobiles, etc. For instance, manufacturers can use AI-powered apps to discover and solve problems in near real time in the factory floor. Clinicians can receive instant insights to make life-saving decisions. So, how does this connect with Red Hat and our approach to the edge? Red Hat's vision is to deliver an open hybrid cloud that is inclusive of edge computing. We believe that edge is a natural extension of the hybrid cloud. When we look at the challenges of scale and operational consistency, edge cannot be seen as a point solution that needs to be managed separately or differently across hundreds of sites. That would be incredibly complex. In order to be successful, you need to manage your edge sites in the same way you would manage the rest of the places in your network, from the core to the edge. Using zero-touch provisioning and GitOps deployment set of practices, edge clusters can be provisioned in a seamless and consistent manner. Applications can be deployed onto the clusters in a consistent manner, whether they are at the data center core or at the edge locations. The capability to manage nearly 2000 clusters as of today and full application lifecycle management are all part of Red Hat's solution. All this being done in a secure manner by bringing in Red Hat's security expertise. Based on the customer's requirements, whether it is resource constraints or edge management or networking requirements, etc., there are options available in Red Hat's portfolio. There is RHEL plus Podman, there is single node OpenShift, which basically is OpenShift on a single node. There are remote worker nodes which can be managed by a central cluster, or there is 3-node high availability clusters. In addition to these, shortly a new solution for edge called MicroShift will be available. I'll now hand it over to my colleagues John and Jared for a quick demo.
Hey, I'm John Browning. I'm a chief cloud architect covering the southeastern United States at Red Hat.
And today, John's going to be talking to us about MicroShift for the edge.
Yes, so MicroShift is for our edge footprint. So it fits in a very small requirement and we can pretty much install it anywhere RHEL 8 can run on 64-bit architecture.
So what are you going to be showing us today specifically?
Yeah, so it'd be pretty boring if all we did was set up a RHEL 8 VM and install MicroShift. So essentially what we're going to do today is we have our edge nodes out there sitting. We're going to deploy MicroShift to those edge nodes using an Ansible playbook. Once that's deployed, we'll then import those MicroShift clusters, single node clusters, into ACM. We'll then manage those with ACM, and we'll deploy an application to them and load balance across it.
That sounds like a great demo. I'm looking forward to it.
All right, so let's get started. So here are the 3 edge nodes I have. I have Edge 01, Edge 02, and Edge 03. They are smaller T3 medium instances in AWS, if you're familiar with those. So let's go ahead and kick this off. And this will take about 10 to 15 minutes to run, depending on how many packages are out there on our RHEL 8 machines. Okay, now that we've deployed MicroShift to our edge nodes, you'll see that I've got Edge 01, Edge 02, and Edge 03 all deployed. I did an OC get projects on each of these nodes. I've also gone ahead and imported these into Red Hat Advanced Cluster Manager. The process for that is as simple as 2 steps. It's fairly easy, and they import in under 5 minutes. Now that we have these edge nodes deployed with MicroShift and imported into ACM, we can do cool things like apply governance rules. We can deploy an application. So let's go ahead and deploy an application now. So to do that, we're going to go to ACM in our applications section. We'll click Create Application. Today, we'll use the native ACM subscription methodology. All I'll need is my Git URL. We'll call this Web App. For the namespace, we'll also call it Web App. We'll choose Git. Now is where I paste my Git URL in. My branch is going to be the master branch, and my path is going to be that Kate's directory I showed you in the browser. In this case, I'd set the label as environment equals edge. So here's where I'll fill that label out. And I always want my deployment active. I'll click Save. Now we'll get a nice topology view of our application being deployed. And these will deploy out. We'll see that I've got my external load balancer route set. So now I should be able to click this and get our app.
Hey, great demo, John. Thanks for showing me around MicroShift and everything you can do with MicroShift and ACM combined.
Yeah, my pleasure. It's a great look forward to what we're going to have as Red Hat at the edge. I like this demo because it really shows the marriage between Red Hat ACM and how you can do full fleet management of your Kubernetes clusters. If you have any questions about MicroShift, feel free to reach out to your Red Hat account teams or head on over to microshift.io.